In our quest to complete a Dansco Jefferson Nickel album, we have hunted 149 boxes and still need one nickel for this book. Matter of fact, after the 100th box in book 1, we started a second book. And now we only need 2 nickels for this book. Of course, one of the nickels is the same in both books, that 1950 Denver. That being said, we'll try 2 more boxes today to see if we can find either the 50D we so desperately need or one of the 2 for the second book. Stay tuned for a 2-box, 100-roll nickel hunt. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to my channel. Obviously, we have a 2-box nickel hunt in front of us. This is going to be episode number 88 of the series and boxes 150 and 151 for the first book and 50 and 51 for the second book. Now, obviously, if you're new to the channel or new to the series, you can always start the playlist from the very first box because I had the playlist linked both down below in the video description as well as pinned up here for your convenience. Now, obviously, after I've completed the 2-box hunt, we'll take a look at the albums to see if we have any additions or upgrades. But in the meantime, we're going to slide them out of the way and get right to the hunt. Now, both of these boxes were picked up a week apart from the same bank, and they had the holes in the bottom, so I know we have circulated nickels before I opened them. Figured we'd go ahead and kick off the very first box of the hunt and see if we possibly have some fancy enders. Enders being silver, buffaloes, proofs, foreigns, or an oldie. Let's get this box open sometime today. Well, I don't see any fancy enders, but I'll tell you, I do see a really good amount of older Jefferson design, so we might actually have a pretty good box here. All right, let's get right to the hunt. I'll be cracking out rolls, taking a look at what's inside, and if I come across something worth mentioning, I'll bring you in. But in the meantime, if you guys are interested in my nickel coin hunts mat, I always have links to all my mats, both pinned down below as well as pinned up here for your convenience. All right, fingers crossed, we got a good box. Roll number 3 is going to kick us off with a 40s Jefferson find. It was reverse facing, but when I flipped it around, it was an ender, a 1947 Philadelphia. We're off and running. Roll number 4 will have our first foreign find of the hunt, and it's going to be a Canadian nickel from 1989. Roll number 5, another 40s find, and this one's going to be a 1949. 1949 Philadelphia. Well, roll 10 is going to get us off the Buffalo Schneid because as I'm hunting it and I'm sliding them down, I can see a dated Buffalo nickel, and it looks like it's going to be 1937. We'll take that. It's been a while since we've seen one. And yes, indeed, it is a nice look at 1937 Philadelphia. A little bit of the horn present, too, so definitely in pretty good shape for being 85 years old. Man, we'll take that. Nice to see one. Buffalo nickel in the box. Roll number 15. Another 1949 Jefferson nickel. This one is minted in Denver, so we can definitely check it for that D over S, which I don't see, and it's pretty damaged either way. But hey, we've got a 49 P and D already. If we had the S, we'd have the semi-key date. Roll number 17 is going to give us a year that we don't see too often. It's a 1942, and it doesn't look silver. And it's not even a Denver. 1942 Philadelphia. Roll number 39 is going to give us yet another 1949, and we just need the S. But that's going to be a 49 Philadelphia again. Roll number 45, and yet another 1949 Jefferson nickel. And it's from Denver again, so we'll just take a quick peek for that D over S. There's some damage there, but I don't see the D over S, but it does make our 4th from 1949. Roll number 47 is going to give us our oldest Jefferson nickel of the hunt, a 1941 Philadelphia. Roll number 49, got another 1947 nickel from Philly. Well, we finished that first box of this 2-box nickel hunt. It was a little light on finds, 19 in total. I like 20 to 25, but after that last 2-box hunt, we already have more finds in that 1 box. We also got a 1937 Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel. Don't see it too often. A 1942 Philadelphia nickel. Don't see it too often. An 09D low minted Jefferson nickel. A Canadian nickel. And some finds I'll check against the books to see if we have any upgrades. First box down. Second box to go. Let's go ahead and clear this out of the way. Slide this box over. And go ahead and do a live opening. And see if we have any goodies on the top side. All right, no goodies on the top side, but like the last box, I do see my fair share of older Jefferson designs. So you guys know what we got to do. We got to check the insides to see if there's any good finds. And I'll be back if and when we have one of those. We're on roll number 23, and I haven't filmed much from this box because there hasn't been a lot of 40s. There's been a good amount of 50s, and including a couple of 1952Ps. But I bring in, because I said it in the last box, we don't see a lot of 42s, and we've got another one. And it's another 42 Philadelphia. Roll 25. First 49 of this box, but 5th overall. And it's another 49D, so once again, we'll just check it for that D over S, which I'm not seeing. But I'll always take another 49 Denver from any hunt. Roll number 28. Another find from the 40s. This one's going to be a 1941 Denver. Roll number 34. Yet another 1949 nickel. 1949 Philly. And it's in decent shape, so maybe it'll be an upgrader. We're on roll number 40 of box 2, and I'm only filming this clip because we just found a 52D and a 51P. In the very next roll, we have a pretty nice Denver minted reverse, and it looks like it's an older strike. So just in case it's the Denver 1950, figured we'd film it. And yet again, it's a 1960 Denver. Man, I had that 0 at the end, and I got excited for a split second. But 1960D, we don't need it. Just figured I'd film it just in case. Roll number 43. Our first nickel from 1946 found in the hunt. 1946, Denver. Roll number 45 is going to give us our oldest Jefferson nickel of the hunt, and it's going to be a 1939. Now, if memory serves me correct, we need a 39S for the Series 2 book to have only one more nickel left in it. It doesn't look that great a shape, so it's probably not a key date, but we'll take a D or an S on the reverse. And of course, there's some gunk, so I can't see it initially. And I don't think there's going to be a mint mark, but I have to clean that off just to make sure. But I'll definitely just double check it for the DDR in case it's the Philly. I don't see the DDR. Let me clean that away, confirm that it's a Philly, and I'll be right back. Well, I cleaned away the gunk, and I have to laugh because I know it's just a Phantom S or a couple of Phantom S's, but take a look at this. It's absolutely ridiculous. You guys probably can see what looks like there could be an S there and an S there. That's got to be damaged, just a trick on the eyes. There's no way that that is a double S or even an S. That mint mark would be more pronounced. But I've spent a few minutes on it, and I'm going to call it a 39P. But man, why is it playing games with me? I'm going to take a few more seconds here to relook at it under my loupe, wipe it away a little bit better, and just make sure I'm 100% certain before I rule it out. But man, that's ridiculous. All right, I'll be right back if we have anything to mention, or I'll come back to the hunt. Just some perfectly placed damage. I'm going to call it 39 Philadelphia. Woo! Made me work for it. Well, we finished that second box, and of course, no 50D yet again, and no 39S that we could have also used. At the end of the day, though, it was still a really good hunt. We had 39 total finds on the board, 19 from box 1, 20 from box 2, so I can't get mad and I can't complain about that at all. The find of the hunt is going to be this 1937 Philadelphia minted Buffalo nickel with pretty good detail. Good to see that, although we didn't see any silver, and yet again, the silver jar is going to be left without a meal, but he'll have to wait till the next hunt. We did find a lot of nicer nickels to check against the book, including this beautiful 1962 Philadelphia. Not full steps, but decent steps on it. You guys saw the 09D, you saw the Canadian nickel, and I will say that in here, I believe it's the second one down, we found a 53 San Francisco, slightly lower mintage. Good to see. Hopefully it upgrades as well. Speaking of upgrades, let me grab the books, compare the finds, and bring you guys back for a final look and some final thoughts. Well, we've compared the finds to the albums, and despite some of the good nickels that we did find, we've got nothing to put in the books other than one upgrade for the Series 2 set of books, and it was just the 91p that we found, and it was pretty bad, so I'm glad we did upgrade that one. There are other ones I need to upgrade still in the modern years that could have nicer examples, but we'll save those for another time. In the meantime, we'll have to just sit here and wait and see when we can get that 39S or when we can get the 50D. Now, after 151 boxes, we're missing a 50D for the Series 1 book, and after 51 boxes, we're only missing those two for the Series 2 books. Hopefully, despite the lack of additions, you guys still found this nickel hunt and album fill episode fun. If you did, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching. I'm sorry, Silver Jar. Maybe we'll find some silver in our $50 hunt tomorrow.